Have you ever noticed something strange? The kinder you are, the less respect people seem to have for you. The more you try to please, the more they take advantage of you. Does that sound familiar? Maybe you can't even put it into words, but you feel it. The tension in your chest when you hold back a response you know you should say. The frustration when you realize no one listens. The anger when you see people who are cold and manipulative getting all the respect you long for, while you, the one who just wants peace, keep getting overlooked. What if I told you this isn't some accident or bad luck? What if there's a deeper, uncomfortable truth that explains why you keep getting disrespected? And what if I told you this truth is ancient, one that philosophers like Nietzsche and Machiavelli understood well over 500 years ago? Here it is. The world, for better or worse, often respects strength more than kindness. Not because people are evil, but because human beings respect boundaries, not promises. People admire authority, not submission. So, what's the catch? Does that mean you need to stop being kind? Absolutely not. But let's face the facts. Kindness alone won't get you respect. Maybe right now you're feeling stuck. You've been kind, patient, self-sacrificing, and yet you're always the one getting stepped on. You might be wondering, how can I earn respect without turning into someone I hate? How do I stay true to myself while also showing strength? If that sounds like you, then this video is exactly what you need. We're about to uncover the illusion that kindness is all it takes to gain respect. We'll dive into the psychology of fear, respect, and authority, and learn how to transform your presence into something so magnetic that people won't dare to ignore you. Because in the real world, if you don't set clear boundaries, you'll be the one getting pushed to the edge. If you're ready to finally understand why you're being treated this way and how to change it, then keep watching. This might just change the way you interact with the world. Why people don't respect kindness alone, what they actually respect. Let's set the record straight. People don't simply respect kindness, they respect what kindness represents, and that's when it's backed by strength. You might think that if you're good, treat people well, and avoid conflict, you'll naturally earn respect. But I hate to break it to you. The human mind doesn't work that way. Respect doesn't come from good intentions alone. It comes from authority. And authority, my friend, isn't something you're born with. It's something you create. It's built with posture, with confidence, with the ability to say no when it matters. Here's where it gets interesting. Psychology has shown that people react to fear with heightened attention. Imagine this. When someone sets a clear boundary, speaks with conviction, and refuses to tolerate disrespect, the message is loud and clear. Not with me. People may not even say it out loud, but they feel the shift. And guess what? That shift commands respect. Now think about the opposite. Ever met someone who says yes when they mean no? Someone who apologizes endlessly just to keep the peace? Or someone who stays silent, letting others walk all over them because they're too afraid of conflict? Here's the thing. This person doesn't project confidence. They don't project security. They project permission. And when you give too much permission, guess what happens? Abuse follows, respect fades, and you're left wondering why no one takes you seriously. Fear and respect, the invisible thread that binds them together. Let's talk about something that might make you uncomfortable. Fear. Fear doesn't have to be a dirty word. Fear is actually a powerful tool that can protect you as long as it's used wisely. And here's the kicker. Fear and respect are connected. You might think fear is something negative, something that drives people away. But when used the right way, fear doesn't isolate, it builds boundaries. Think about this. When someone shows they have firm boundaries, they're not just saying, "Stay out of my way." They're saying, "I respect myself and I expect you to do the same." It's not about making others afraid of you. It's about creating an invisible wall that says, I am someone who doesn't tolerate disrespect. We've all seen it. You know that person who walks into a room and everyone just knows. Don't mess with them. They don't need to shout. They don't need to argue. They just are. Their presence commands respect. And then there's the opposite. The person who bends over backwards to avoid conflict, to please everyone. They might be the sweetest person on the planet, but do they inspire respect? Sadly, no. They invite others to take advantage of them. True strength isn't about being loud or aggressive. True strength is in silence. It's in the firmness of your boundaries. It's in your ability to look someone in the eye and say no without flinching. This is what Nietzsche's will to power is all about. Not about dominating others, but mastering yourself, asserting your presence in a world full of chaos, and remaining unmovable in your convictions. The dilemma of kindness when it turns into weakness. Now, let's get real. There's a dilemma we all face, one that makes us feel torn inside. We've been taught that being kind is good, but kindness without boundaries? It's a recipe for disaster. Think about it. The more you try to please, the more vulnerable you become. The more you give, the less you get back. It's like a toxic cycle. You end up exhausted, drained, and emotionally spent. And at the end of it all, you start to wonder, is this my fault? Here's the hard truth. Kindness without boundaries isn't a virtue. It's a weakness. It's naivety disguised as goodness. And when you lose sight of your own needs to cater to others, it becomes emotional self-abandonment. You forget about your own worth and keep giving and giving, only to be left with nothing in return. That's when people start to take advantage of you. They see you as a nice person who won't stand up for themselves. And before you know it, you're stuck in a cycle of people-pleasing and self-sacrifice where only you give and only you suffer. But here's the thing. True kindness is about knowing your own worth. It's about understanding that being kind doesn't mean being weak. It means setting boundaries when you need to. It means knowing when to say no and when to step back. Kindness, when balanced with strength, is the most powerful force in the world. How to command respect without becoming cold-hearted. So, what's the solution? How can you command respect without losing your humanity? How can you show strength without becoming someone you despise? It's all about balance. Here's the secret. Strength isn't about being aggressive. It's about knowing when to stand firm. It's about protecting your peace by setting boundaries. True strength lies in self-control, not in shouting or demanding, but in remaining calm, unshaken, and unyielding in your core values. Machiavelli's famous words, "It's better to be feared than loved," weren't advocating for cruelty. He wasn't saying, "Be a monster." What he was pointing out is this: respect is built through authority, not kindness alone. People will quickly forget your favors, but they will never forget that you're someone they can't take advantage of. So here's the takeaway. If you don't set boundaries, you'll never be taken seriously. If you try to be liked by everyone, you'll end up being ignored by everyone. The key to respect isn't in trying to please, it's in commanding it with your presence, your strength, and your self-respect. Final thought. Take control of your life. At the end of the day, the question is, are you in control of your life, or are you letting others dictate the rules? Have you set clear boundaries for yourself, or are you the one always being tested? The power to command respect starts with one thing: you. You have to create your own presence in this world. It's not about being feared. It's about knowing when to stand your ground, when to protect yourself, and when to say enough. True power is in setting boundaries, speaking your truth, and showing the world that you won't tolerate anything less than respect. People will always notice that, and if you do it right, they won't dare to disrespect you.